Have you noticed that the average young boy's speech consists largely of sound effects? And in fact, that this trend can continue into manhood.
If you want to hear it, then pump up the volume.
One of the earliest sounds that is likely to be made by any young male toddler is meow, a passing car. But what the average toddler probably won't know is that they've just perfectly demonstrated the scientific phenomenon of the Doppler effect, the apparent change in the frequency of a wave when the source is moving relative to the listener. Meow.
Let's hear that again.
The apparent change in the frequency of a wave when the source
Is moving relative to the listener. So what we're here to do today is an actual demo of this awesome Doppler effect. What we need is a fast car. And a track to drive it very fast on. Thank you, Midvaal Raceway. Now, to give a fair demonstration of the Doppler effect, we're going to drive the car past a number of times, getting faster and faster each time so that you can hear the difference. We're going to start with a fairly mild 80 kilometers per hour. That's about 22 meters per second. Okay, Ernest, are you ready?
Mr. V, I'm ready to roll.
Fantastic. Let's go for it. Okay, that was fairly lame, so let's crank it up to the standard legal speed limit of 120 kilometers per hour. Bit better, but we haven't come all the way to this track to drive at normal speeds, so I think it's time we turn up the volume a bit. Okay, Ernest, let's take it up to 160.
Awesome, roger that.
Now that was a bit more convincing. But what is actually happening here? Why does the frequency of the engine change as the car passes?
When a sound is emitted from a stationary source, like the engine or the hooter of this car, the sound waves radiate outwards evenly in all directions, somewhat like ripples on a pond. As the car is approaching, the waves in front of it are getting squished up, meaning they have a shorter wavelength and therefore a higher frequency or pitch. And when the car is going away, the waves are stretched out, in other words giving us a longer wavelength and therefore a lower frequency and pitch.
Now, the greater the velocity, the more squished and stretched the waves become, leading to a bigger difference in the frequency. So, how about we max this thing out? Ernest, how fast can you actually go?
Well, Colin, in this Verpa here, I think 200 k's an hour is going to be child's play.
200 kilometers an hour? Awesome! Okay. You know that that's over 50 meters per second. He's going to be covering 100 meters in less than 2 seconds. Dude, make Usain Bolt look like a tortoise.
Let's do it.
Yo! Now that is what we call the Doppler effect, Excel style. You can join us online for some fascinating Doppler calculations, but for now, it's time for me to join Ernest for a ride.